Well, welcome back to the morning show here on Arise News. It's time now to review headlines of today's newspapers. And of course, we're going to start with the newspaper of record this day on Saturday.
Absolutely, Adesua. And we start from top to bottom. The window story says Naira appreciates unofficial parallel FX markets ahead of MPC meeting. Customs rate for import duties rises to 1,530 Naira to a dollar. I don't know if that's to be celebrated or just to be acknowledged, but that's where we are. Below that is Total Energies announces oil supply deal with Dangote Refinery. That story is on page 5 of today's This Day. And under the masthead, FG Labour to resume minimum wage negotiation on Tuesday. That's on page 20. Let's hope that there will be resolution before May 29th. It will be sad if the president will not have a concrete word on what the new minimum wage should be after 12 months in office and after several policies that apparently have led to a lot of people still struggling. I am not bothered by Rivers politics, says Wike. Fubara urges supporters, youths to shun violence, economic sabotage. Pro-FCT ministers, lawmaker cautions Tinubu against siding impunity. Interesting development from Rivers States. It's still a theater of the absurd, or rivers of trouble, as I would like to
call it.
But Fubara has found his voice, and now we're having some brickbat between him and his former godfather. The lead story says security experts, CSOs, back endorsement of state police by 36 assembly speakers, say legislation imperative to address country's challenges, allay fears of hijack by governor. And the cover picture there is very instructive. It's about the economic resuscitation on their minds. Different governors from different states there with the vice president, Kashim Shettima, during the inauguration of the revamped National Economic Council, NEC, Human Capital Development Steering Committee, held at the Presidential Villa in Abuja yesterday. And last but not the least, the president is speaking. Your investments save in Nigeria, Tinubu tells investors. That's on page 5 of today's paper. Let's look at a few other papers before we roll.
Should we quickly look at the Saturday Vanguard? The lead story on the Saturday Vanguard here is Tinubu 1 year on, hope deferred, not renewed. And that is a special report on page 9. You know, we talk about the deferment of hope has...
That's a strong headline, isn't it?
It's a very strong headline.
I mean, I would not have been surprised if it were an editorial, front page editorial, but for a news or a news feature headline, that's a rather strong,
it's
headline.
Very, yes.
But then does it capture the mood of the nation, what is happening in the nation? I think that the story of Vanguard tells it.
Under there, a story quickly want to take. Undemocratic LGAs, 19 states run 433 councils with caretaker committee. Page 9, that's on page 12. Northeast emerges best with 37 out of 102 LGAs under democracy.
Yeah.
Northwest emerges worst with 115 out of 186 LGAs affected, and Southeast follows with 82 out of 95 local government councils hit. Now, we've been talking about insecurity and the security challenges on local level, and this is one of the key issues that we've been talking about is the lack of independence of our local government councils. There are states that have not had local government elections in over a decade. We have multiple for the best to be 37 out of 112, it's quite unbelievable. 82 out of 95 local government areas in the Southeast are run by undemocratically elected local government chairman. That shows
that's totally unacceptable. It's something that we must look at. Let's quickly look at Saturday Telegraph, and this is a political story. The lead there, Labour Party is saying Obi's parley with Atiku others necessary to rescue Nigeria. Say it is not ruling out alliance with other parties. That's Labour Party speaking. But of course, you know that a lot of people are saying that we'll be discussing with Atiku, with Kwakwanso, with every other person. May not necessarily be a Labour Party agenda, but we see Labour Party trying to key in there. A story of interest to me there, on the cover of today's Telegraph, Olubadan's stool, I'm hale, hearty, ready to ascend throne. That's Olakuleyin, who is the Olubadan in waiting. All the things that are necessary to, to recommend him to the governor has been done. We're waiting for the governor to do the needful for that very Republican process that is one of the most enviable in Nigeria, if not in Africa. Governor, Mr. Governor, do the needful as far as the Olubadan throne is concerned. We have 10 seconds, isn't it?
Yes.
The Guardian, or the Punch. Yeah.
Okay, the Punch. The main headline on the Punch is CNG Pumps. FG may fund installation as marketers lament high cost. Says marketers, Nigerians are to benefit from conversion, interest rate too high, discourages borrowing and businesses. So that's from Ipman. Now, the CNG pumps, this CNG issues, obviously the president has come out to say that members of his government should only be purchasing CNG cars.
That's right.
There has been a CNG initiative that the president has promised since the beginning of his... and they began to roll out.
I think he has some big plans and big announcements, in plan.
See, it's better for our bottom line and it's better for the environment. But implementation is just... I believe implementation is probably a hurdle, and CNG pumps, we'll see how far this goes.
We'll see how far it goes, but I'm sure that the president will have something concrete to say on May 29th when he will be celebrating his first anniversary. Prof didn't want us to mention celebration, but I believe that that's what the government will be doing by that time.
Definitely.
All right, that brings us to the end of the morning show today. Thank you for watching and do stay safe. I'm Steve Ayorinde.
As always, I'm Adeswa Giwa-Osage from our entire team here in Lagos, Nigeria. Enjoy the rest of your morning and enjoy the rest of your day.